There's a reason the Rivian R1T still turns heads, even 5 years after it first rolled off the line. In a world now saturated with electric trucks, from Cybertrucks to Silverado EVs, the 2026 Rivian R1T still holds its own, not just because it was early to the game, but because it continues to evolve, improve, and surprise. So today, we're going deep on the 2026 R1T. Every improvement, every spec bump, every real-world upgrade. We've had it for a full week, and as always here on Build and Burn, we didn't just review it, we pushed it, tuned it, tested it, and tried to break it. Let's get into it. The 2026 R1T comes in 3 main flavors now: the dual motor, performance dual motor, and the new quad motor plus model. There's also a max pack option that boosts range significantly, and Rivian's software has matured a lot since launch. The big story this year: Hardware 2.0. Rivian's been steadily overhauling its internal platform, and this year, the R1T gets upgraded battery packs, more powerful motors, and an improved suspension system with even better adaptability for both off-road crawling and highway cruising. Let's start with specs. The dual-motor R1T now puts out 533 horsepower and 610 pounds-to-feet of torque. That's good for a 0-60 time of about 4.5 seconds. Pretty wild for what's still a full-size pickup. Step up to the performance dual motor, and that jumps to 665 horsepower and 829 pounds-to-feet. This one rips to 60 in 3.4 seconds. No joke, this truck can hang with supercars in a straight line. Then there's the new king of the hill, the quad motor plus. 850 horsepower. Over 1,100 pounds-to-feet of torque. 0-60 in 2.9 seconds. Let me say that again, a pickup truck doing sub-3 second launches, with no drama, no noise, just pure torque on demand. It's also got independent torque control at each wheel. That means real-time vectoring, which translates to off-road wizardry and high-speed composure. It claws through sand, rock, and mud like it was born there, and then you hit the pavement, and suddenly it's a performance SUV in a truck's body. And here's where things get interesting: Rivian has managed to increase performance and range at the same time. The standard pack gives you about 270 miles. The large pack bumps it to 350. And with the max pack, you're now looking at an EPA-rated 420 miles for the dual motor, and around 390 for the quad plus. That's Tesla territory, with a body-on-frame truck. Charging? Up to 220 kilowatts on a DC fast charger. Not the fastest out there anymore, but still solid. You're looking at around 140 miles of range added in 20 minutes. And Rivian's still expanding its adventure network: fast chargers in off-road locations, national parks, and trailheads. If you're into overlanding, this matters. But we didn't just charge and cruise. We tested. We took the 2026 R1T Quad Motor Plus through 3 very different environments: winding canyon roads, a deep off-road trail system with rock climbs and mud pits, and a day of freeway plus urban commuting. We needed to know, can this truck really do it all? Let's start on pavement. The R1T doesn't drive like a truck, at least not in the way you expect. Thanks to the updated air suspension system, which now reacts even faster and has 50 mm more travel than before, the ride is composed and buttery. Body roll is minimal. Steering is precise, still on the lighter side, but with more feedback than early models. In sport mode, the truck hunkers down. Ride height drops. Damping stiffens. Throttle response sharpens. It's still a truck, Yes, but it'll embarrass a lot of crossovers in a backroad run. Acceleration is savage. Especially in the Quad Plus. We did repeated 0-60 runs and saw times under 3 seconds with launch mode enabled. That's without sacrificing comfort, space, or usability. Brakes have been upgraded for 2026, with improved regenerative blending. They feel more progressive now, not grabby, not vague. Just predictable. That matters when you're hauling 7,000 pounds at high speed. Switch it into off-road mode, and you get access to crawl control, locking front and rear diffs, digitally controlled, and terrain-specific tuning for sand, rocks, snow, and mud. The underbody protection is serious steel and composite plates all around. Approach angle? 35.5 degrees. Departure? 29.3. Water fording? 3+ feet. This thing's a tank. But unlike a tank, it's smart. The 2026 R1T gets the updated Rivian autonomy platform, which includes 11 cameras, 5 radar units, and now LiDAR. It's not full self-driving yet, but the highway assist and adaptive cruise systems are much smoother. Lane changes are cleaner. It now uses predictive mapping to adjust speed before curves or congestion, stuff Tesla still struggles with in real-world scenarios. And the in-cabin tech has taken a serious leap forward. Gone is the slightly laggy UI from earlier models. The new interface runs on a custom Snapdragon chip, and it's lightning fast. You get fully customizable drive profiles, adjustable region levels, and smart climate zones that use occupant detection. The center screen is 15.6 inches and ultra-crisp, but the real gem is the new gauge cluster, a floating 12-inch display that feels lifted from a concept car. It's functional too. Maps, drive data, power distribution, even tire pressures in real time. And the interface lets you drag widgets around like an iPad. They've nailed the UX this time. Now, about the build. Fit and finish have improved. Early Rivians were great, but the 2026 R1T feels even tighter. Better panel alignment. More insulation. Cabin noise is down significantly, especially wind and tire noise at highway speeds. Inside, it's classic Rivian minimalism, earth tones, sustainable wood accents, vegan leather or optional real leather if you prefer. There's something deeply calming about the space. It doesn't try to imitate a luxury car or a work truck, it's its own thing. And yes, the storage tricks are still here. The gear tunnel remains one of the best design elements of any truck, perfect for skis, recovery gear, even a dog if they're adventurous. There's still the optional camp kitchen setup, although it's now modular and easy to remove. The frunk has grown slightly more depth and better lighting. And the bed is still 54 inches with the tailgate up, 83 with it down. It's not a full-size bed, but with the powered ton, in-bed power outlets, and accessory rails, it's actually more useful than most. Payload? Up to 1,800 pounds. Towing? 11,000 pounds max. And unlike some F-trucks, range doesn't absolutely tank when you tow thanks to smarter torque management and a new trailer assist algorithm that preconditions the motors and battery when towing is detected. So, it's got range, power, tech, and utility. What's the catch? Well, let's talk price. The base dual-motor R1T starts at around $71,000. With the large pack, it's closer to $78,000. Performance trim is $84,000. And the Quad Plus? That one starts at $96,000 and can top $110,000 fully loaded. That's a lot. But compare it to a loaded F-150 Lightning or GMC Sierra F-15, and suddenly it's not crazy. Especially considering the R1T still feels more bespoke, more engineered, less platform shared. It's also worth noting that Rivian's resale values are improving. Early depreciation was rough, but the used market has stabilized, likely due to increasing demand, better software support, and fewer production delays. Speaking of which, build quality, delivery times, and service used to be a concern. But Rivian's built out their service network significantly, and mobile service is now available in 80% of major markets. We had an issue with the door sensor. They came to us. Fixed it in 25 minutes. No fuss. No drama. OTA updates are regular, and they've even added things like dynamic lighting effects, better towing profiles, and new off-road camera views months after delivery. This is a truck that gets smarter over time, not just older. And this year, Rivian added one more thing: real customization. There's now a trail creator mode that lets you map, log, and share off-road routes with other Rivian owners. Think Strava, but for trucks. You can pin locations, log terrain difficulty, attach photos and recovery notes. It's incredible for the overlanding community. We tried it out. Recorded a trail, marked a tricky rock crawl, added tips on approach angle and tire pressure, and uploaded it in seconds. Then someone else drove it the next day and added their notes. It's like a living guidebook built into the truck. So here's the question: is the 2026 R1T still the F-truck to beat? We think it is. Sure, the Cybertruck is out now. It's dramatic, angular, and boasts some wild specs. But it's also a bit broken bar polarizing. GMC's Sierra F is comfortable, but less adventurous. Ford's Lightning? Great for work, but not as refined. The Silverado F? Getting there, but still hasn't matched Rivian's balance of tech and capability. The R1T is the only electric truck that feels like it was designed from the inside out for people who actually use their truck, whether that's for camping, towing, commuting, or just playing in the dirt. It's fast. It's capable. It's evolving. And most importantly, it's still fun. When we talk about Fs on this channel, we always come back to this: does the car, or in this case, the truck, make you feel something? Does it make you want to take the long way home? Does it make you think, yeah, I could go further? The 2026 R1T does. We drove it hard. We took it off-road. We sat in traffic. We tested the tech. And every time, it did what it promised and a little more. If you're in the market for an F-truck and you actually care about how it drives, how it works, and how it makes you feel, this is the one to test drive. And for us here at Build and Burn, you better believe we're keeping it. Because this truck isn't just about range or numbers. It's about what's next. It's about building something better and sometimes burning a little rubber along the way.